Hi friends, welcome back to 3 Barrow Farm. Today we're going to talk about everything we can start sowing in February in cool regions of Australia. So it is that time now where we have to start thinking about our winter crop. Now it is still summer, but getting all of your seeds sown now will mean that they get that warmth to really get a good head start, and then you'll get an amazing harvest during the winter time. So things we particularly want to get started right now are Brussels sprouts and other brassicas, but particularly the Brussels sprouts. Brussels sprouts in particular need the warmth to get a head start so that when the cooler months begin, they've already grown really well, and then you'll get a really good harvest from the plants. So I'm definitely going to start my Brussels sprouts this month, and I'm also going to start my other brassicas as well, which I'm going to be planting out in succession so that I have a longer harvest and I don't have everything ready all at once. So then I'm picking the broccolis and the cabbages and the cauliflowers one after another and not all at the same time. So of course, in the brassica family, along with the Brussels sprouts, we have cabbage, cauliflower, broccoli, kale, and kohlrabi as well. I will start my first flush of all of these this month, and I will probably continue to sow a few of these every 2 to 3 weeks. Now is a great time to start thinking about planting your garlic. There will be many different garlics available now to buy from any places that you purchase your seeds. So have a look and maybe try a few different varieties. I will be planting some of the garlic that I harvested last year, but I'm also keen to purchase a few new varieties and try those as well. Next on the list are root vegetables, and as you can see here, I'm harvesting some of the carrots that I've grown over this summer. I've got the Luna white ones in my hand here, but I have a few different varieties. This one here has forked, but this is the Paris market carrot. So it is now time to start sowing more carrots. You can also sow some more beetroots. We can get the onions in the ground as well. So onions, spring onions, leeks. We can also start growing some more turnips and swedes to harvest in wintertime for some delicious soups, as well as parsnips. I've got some parsnips growing over here that are getting bigger with every day that passes. And I'm looking forward to sowing some more parsnips in my garden this month. You can also, of course, plant radishes. Radishes are pretty much an all year round thing. So you can get your radishes in to go with your lettuces. And lastly, it's a good time to start sowing your next flush of fennel as well. Ooh, here's a tomato that's ready. So speaking about lettuces before, it is a great time to start sowing some more lettuces and some Asian greens and any other greens that you want to grow over autumn and winter. Of course, lettuces and other leafy greens are fast growing. So we want to succession sow these vegetables, and then we're harvesting them for a much longer period, but we're able to cut them out of the ground and eat them, and we have plenty to see us through autumn and winter. So with Asian greens, you can start sowing your Chinese cabbages and your mustard greens as well. We can also start sowing some spinach and some sorrel if you'd like some lemony flavour in your salads, as well as the lovely bitter rocket, which is really great for your liver. You can grow some of that now as well. Just make sure that when you do eventually plant these out into your garden, you are keeping the water up to them so that they don't go to seed quickly with the heat that may occur later in March. And lastly, silver beet and chard are fantastic to start off now as well. Keep the water up to them, but they should grow really strong for a wonderful winter vegetable. I have got some lettuce seeds right here. I'll just let them drop, but I can harvest these seeds here and start spreading them in my garden. I get the best lettuces from the plants that I let go to seed in my garden. You can also start planting your snow peas, your shelling peas, and your sugar snap peas as well. So you can put these into punnets if you prefer, but you can also start getting them in the ground. However, you just have to keep the water up to them, but at the same time, make sure they don't get too much water so they don't rot out. And of course, herbs. You can start sowing some more herb seeds and getting a great crop over autumn and then into winter. Now you can still sow some basil seeds and get some great crops of basil over autumn. Just make sure that you keep the water up to them and you keep pricking off the flower buds when it's trying to go to seed. So by picking the tops off them often, you will encourage them to keep leafing up and you'll get a wonderful crop. You can also start some chives, you can start parsley, and I like to start coriander, but probably not until towards the end of this month. If you sprinkle some coriander seeds, or yet if you have coriander plants that have gone to seed and you just let the seed fall in your garden, once those seeds start sprouting, that's the time to start planting your coriander out into the garden. And lastly, flowers. If you want to start sowing some seeds to grow flowers over winter and then have some beautiful flowers coming out in autumn, now is the time to sow seeds like calendula and feverfew. You can also start some everlasting daisies and some forget-me-nots. Hollyhocks are fantastic to start sowing now, as well as cornflowers, nigella, pansies, and poppies too. Now is a great time to start sowing your sweet pea seeds as well. I've been really impressed with my sweet peas this year. They have survived throughout all of summer and still flowered just beautifully. It's taken a few years for some of them to get to this point, but I did sow some new ones last year and they are still flowering as well. So I don't know, I think it's just been a really good sweet pea year. Well, that is all that I have to share for you to sow this month in cool regions of Australia. If I've missed anything or if there's anything else you'd like to add to the list, please let us know down in the comments below. I hope you are having a wonderful summer harvest at the moment and that it continues into autumn. Thank you all so much for watching and being here, my friends. I really appreciate you being here and watching my videos, and of course, liking and subscribing and commenting and sharing my videos. I'm so very grateful for your support. Have an amazing February, friends, and I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.